Welcome to our, well, I don't know how often it is. I was going to say our weekly show, but the Tim and Billy show.
Right.
where, where we take you down memory lane.
Yep.
And we recall various, Tim, you've got like the better recall than I do. You'll bring stuff up that it's like, oh yeah, I completely forgot about that.
But I need a lead in though. I need a lead in. I draw a blank.
Okay, well, I was just looking at some show dates back to all the way back. I think one of our previous conversations we talked about our very first show, which I believe was like August 7th in 17.
Yes.
We played Hollywood and at the Whiskey in that same year. We played Left of the Dial acoustic that same year. Back to the Gas Lamp that year. Then our first Florida show was in March of 18, and that was with the next drummer that I guess we basically just, well, we already had that show booked, so we needed a drummer.
Yep.
And I don't think, did we rehearse for that show, or did we basically just hi, how are you? Here's the show.
Well, the other drummer showed up late to Massimo's house.
Oh, Massimo. That was
here. We rehearsed at Massimo's house. Yeah. Remember?
In kind of like a shack.
In the garage. Yeah. In the garage. Yeah.
And we're all like packed in like sardines, and
Yeah.
Even then, by the time we got I'm plugging into some amp he's got, and you were plugging into whatever, and
right.
And by the time we even got something where we could even quote unquote rehearse, then we had to be somewhere.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to do it, right? And the somewhere was, wait a minute, was it
Tracy's Lounge? But
we had an acoustic show that night, right?
Right. But do you remember getting pulled over?
I remember you getting pulled over.
You were in the van, weren't you? Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
We were all in the friggin' van, man.
That was after the Tracy's Lounge acoustic show, right?
No, well.
No. We did the acoustic show first before the actual show the next day.
Right. I think that was the night that we rehearsed, and we put everything back in the van, and then we were going back to the Airbnb, but wanted McDonald's.
Okay.
And me being, living there for 2 decades, I know the roads like the back of my hand. So
apparently know all the cops.
Right. Well, now I do. Right. So I totally forgot where the turn was and jumped over like 3 lanes and was speeding and got pulled over by the cop. Remember?
Yeah.
So I can officially say it was the first time I ever got pulled over driving a van with my band that I wasn't worried about the police dog.
and the guy was cool. And didn't we give him a CD?
Damn right we did.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, officer. Enjoy the music.
Right. And we made it to McDonald's.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'm fast forwarding here. Let's see. Back to California. Oh, wait. There was another in June. Oh, geez. Where am I at? Okay. Oh, and then back to July of that year, the Mint in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then that's August, Metro Music Hall in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And then looks like our first Detroit show at the Diesel Concert Hall.
Metro was the appendix show.
Oh my gosh. I bet, we could do a whole episode on that experience.
On the appendix show?
Oh my, I bet a lot of people have no idea what we're talking about.
I don't remember. Billy, all I remember about that whole weekend was passing out on the couch in that rehearsal studio.
That's right, because we we drove like 13 hours. You fly in when you're out of the hospital to converge into a studio to record the Etheria video.
Yeah, I don't remember any of it.
And closer to the Heart video. Let's do that on the off hours before we full show. Well, that's one of the things that we do, right? We any
but we did
opportunity
it.
to get something productive done, we bite off more than we can
Oh
chew.
yeah.
There's no time for anything
Speaking
else.
of biting off more than you can chew, the size of that freaking burrito.
Oh yeah.
It was like, I
Do you
swear,
remember anything now?
all I remember is having a really bad fever, passing out on the couch, and then waking up to this burrito about the size of a football. You know? And I don't think I ate anything that whole weekend. I mean, we were there like 5 days. I think I had like a ramen noodle.
And I didn't sleep that night because I was so afraid for your health, and I was already nervous enough about doing a full.
And I knew you guys were really, you wouldn't let me pick up my toothbrush.
No.
Yeah, you guys were great.
But I mean, you should have been in the hospital. Instead, here you are popping up there on a stage and barreling through. It's not like, I mean, everybody knows how we play, and the music we play, and it's not, and we don't take breaks, right? It's like a concert.
Yeah.
All the way through, and you made it all the way through, and man, I was having like, my wife will tell you, I was calling her, I think, in the middle of the night or whatever, just going, I can't sleep. I have these terrible visions of Tim passing out on stage, and just, like, I'm so worried, and but you didn't, and we got through it.
I got hit with overwhelming dehydration up there. I really did.
I mean, of course you did.
And if it wasn't for Rod and Daniel Van Drew just supplying me with water the whole night,
yeah,
that was great. It was like the most awesome and the absolutely worst 5 days of my life. But
right.
The day after the show, I woke up and I was freaking fine.
Well,
like,
relative.
Everything stopped. No fear. Yeah. We ate breakfast. It was great.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Oh, there's so much more to talk about, but we're not going to bore everybody. We gotta save.
That's a good story. We could do a whole appendix week. Yeah.
That's the other thing, and maybe we can leave this for another episode, because there's we've surprisingly played a lot of shows in a short amount of time, but just to kind of wrap this up for this segment, it's amazing when you think about not only how much productivity that we tend to pack into whatever we do, a session or whatever it is, or look at a spot on a calendar, and we see it as like an opportunity to do something great with, we're going to get together with you. We're going to get together, all of us from various parts of the country. So we want to maximize every single moment. And it's really, it heightens everything, because it also not only heightens sort of the tension sometimes, just the stress and the exhaustion, but it also makes for so much storytelling.
Oh yeah.
Like a 2-3 day period, there's so much that goes down, so that by the time it's over, like, in normal life, in a weekend, you're like, what'd you do this weekend? For us, it's like, well, let's see, we flew 3,000 miles.
Yep.
Rented basically a bunch of concert gear.
Yep.
Played a concert. Then, before that, we did a acoustic concert. Then we did a little. Then we did 2 videos.
Dude, I'm sorry.
We did this on a weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then we flew back, and it,
Do you remember that one Airbnb we rented that had nothing but bunk beds? Tiny little kid bunk beds. You slept on the couch.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, of course, that's the other thing. You have a good sense of humor when you're completely exhausted, worn out, and you're telling constant jokes and laughing with every last bit of energy you have. You're on your last thread.
Oh yeah.
And it's used up by laughing.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Because it's just so ridiculous. It's like, I can't believe we're doing this. Good times.
Totally. Almost as entertaining as hitting the bump strips while you're driving, falling asleep. Right?
Well, I am looking forward to creating more stories and more out there. So
we're gonna.
Can't happen soon enough, eh?
No, not at all, man.
And we'll add to this list. Add to this story list pretty
I can't
soon.
believe we're done already. That was quick, and we didn't even get started.
Well, like I said, we'll save some of this. We don't want people going snoozing on us here. So
I got more. I got tons more from that Salt Lake City show. The trip home was a whole nother story. So we'll fill that. Yep.
We'll pick up on in true like Rush fashion. It'll be like book 2.
Right. So, but appendix 2.
Appendix book 2.
Right. Appendix fears. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Guys,
all right.
Thanks, everybody.
See you later, everybody. And good night, Billy.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night. I'll see you later.